folks, Will from MinIO here with a how-to on copying objects on MinIO using our Java Client API. And in this video, we're going to be working with OpenJDK 19 and Maven 4 for managing all our dependencies and our builds out of Java. And we're also going to be connecting out to play.min.io, which is our online sandbox where anybody can work with the MinIO platform. Finally, we're going to be working with all of this code out of Visual Studio Code. So to dive in a little bit on what you're going to see, we're going to be working with the copy object method, and this method takes a copy object args. This is pretty similar to most of the other methods we've seen in most of these how-tos, except that there is also a nested copy source that we're going to use. This is going to be our source object, and then our copy object args will be our destination object. This is all a lot easier if you take a look at the code. So here we have our app class. This has a simple main method in it which connects out to play.min.io and hands me a MinIO client, which I can then use to call this demo method. The main method also handles all of my exceptions for me so that I don't have to worry about any of that, and I can just focus in on the code that I want you to see. So what I'm going to do first here in my demo method is I'm going to do a listing of all of the objects in the Java demo bucket. So you can see that right now I've just got a couple of them, the hello world and the image PNG. Now the image PNG is going to end up being our source, and we're going to copy it to a new object in a prefix called backup. So this is actually going to be an exact copy. I'm just putting it in a new prefix. In order to do this, I need to have my source, and my source is right there. It's my bucket name and my source object. Very easy to do. And then I do the same sort of thing with the copy object args, where I then take the bucket name, I give it the destination object, and then I also give it this copy source as my source there on line 47. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and run that copy object call with my copy object args. This is going to give me an object write response. A lot of the methods where you're going to write something, we're going to give you this object write response. So I'm going to do a very simple system out print line to show you the object that I just wrote. After that, I'm going to redo that list. This is a static method that I wrote in the MinIO demo functions class that simply takes a bucket name and a MinIO client and then gives me a recursive listing of all the objects in that bucket. Okay, let's go ahead and build and run this. So we're going to build this out with Maven clean package. And again, I'm doing this because I actually am building a executable jar file target demo. And so when I run this, I'm going to run with Java jar target demo. And I'm going to go ahead and open this up because there is a little bit of output to look at here. So when we run this, before the copy, I've got hello world text and an image. My copied object has that prefix on it, backup image, and then after my copy, there it is. I've got backup and hello world and image. So this is a very simple example that shows you how you can copy objects. There's lots of different arguments you can put onto the copy object args. You can copy metadata. You can control how much data is copied, all that other fun stuff. But this is just a very simple example, so there you go. I've now done a copy of this source object to this new destination object. Very easy to do. I hope you've enjoyed this little demo. If you'd like to reach out to us, you can use any of the methods you see here on the screen. Also, feel free to work with us interactively on minio.slack.com or just leave a comment here on the video. Thanks, and we'll see you for the next one.